Right, live and recording. Just me at the moment. The other guys might arrive. So I'm just keeping an eye on the comments. We'll give people a couple of minutes to turn up. So, hi, welcome. 2D, hope I said that okay. Who else is with me tonight? We've got people coming on already. Alison, Ruth, yeah, good afternoon. To a very dark Manchester Angela. Hey, how you doing? Bert and Gert. Sorry, it was right, 2D, perfect. Gioni, hope that's right. Frank, how you doing? Patricia, welcome everyone. Tonya, good morning. Hemant, hope that's okay. Dala. Alison, we're actually, yeah. I mean, we're going to start off tonight with a very quick Q&A just on Jamie. All right, mate. Jamie lives around like so close here. He could actually come and join me for this. Keith, how you doing, mate? Yeah, we're going to start off with a bit of a Q&A on the stuff we're doing last night. But realistically, tonight we're going to be using a lot of the same things. Yeah, baby Bob. Euselvia from Switzerland. Andrea with all the amazing questions. Shay, Windsor, Ing, is that right, Ing? Oh my word. Jamie's in the police as well. We're not going to put the blue lights on. Right, so shall we? Anna, hey, how you doing? Any questions from yesterday? We are going to use a lot of the same stuff we used yesterday to build up a new flow tonight. So you will start seeing a lot of the same techniques. So it will be a bit of a recap tonight, but we're going to go into a few other bits and pieces, which is really, really important because I know a few people have built, started doing the homework last night and building a few of the bots. So hey, Monica, hi, Daria. But you don't know how to get people into it. So how do you get people? You can preview it, but how do you get people to actually come into it? So we're going to cover that as well. Why can't I upload a video from my computer files versus a web page? You can upload a video from your files. Video content needs to be underneath 25 megs. So quite often with uploading video files, and I'll show you where that is when we do it. Hey, Anthony. It doesn't upload because the file size is far too big. So I quite often use a site called handbrake.fr. So if the file size is too big, I can reduce the file size and then we can put it in. So it's not the length of the video, it's the file size. Hey, Marion. How do you activate one-time notifications? So Holly, that is on the very first video. You need to go to your Facebook page itself. Hey, Ramona, go to the Facebook page itself. Go into settings, then go to advanced messaging. And when you scroll down, you can request the one-time notification. So it'll just be a box. It's towards the bottom, right-hand side of the box says request, accept the Facebook terms of service, and you are done. Keith, what's the advantage of using a custom field over a tag? Well, the advantage to that, Keith, is that you can, especially when we're doing things like this, so the pre-qualification tonight, we can take people's responses and we can repeat them back to them. So, rather than trying to save information or write different messages. So let's say I was just using tags and I've got, say from last night, what is it you're looking for? Is it diet or is it weight loss? And if I just added a tag, then it's a bit difficult to start, you've got to repeat different messages. Whereas if we're using custom fields, we can start using those answers, those responses that people have given us back in their own messages. So it's very personal messages. Yeah, handbrake.fr. You need to download it, but I use it all the time. You can use your bot on your personal profile live. No, you would need to put a URL link, which I'll show you how to do that. And I'm going to show you some of the ways to get into this tonight, Shay. So that's what we're going to cover a load of tonight. So yeah, Yeah, so you just put that on there. So yeah, you can't put it on a personal live. So this is a live in a group. I can't auto respond to you on this, but if I put a link in the comments or in the group in the description of the thing, then you'd be able to click on that and get into the bot. So, but on a page, yes, you can do, and I'll show you how you do that. When you do the questions for the products, I'm assuming we have to do it separately for each product. Not entirely sure what you're asking me there. You can your initial product questioning flow. I don't know. It depends how you set it up. It depends what the product you've got. You would ask certain questions, and then if they've answered in a certain way, you then start splitting your flow out. So, if they said I want diet down this side, keep saying before, if we just use a tag for it, if the tag equals this, then we could send them something else. But we're getting a little bit more technical there. I think we just need to keep it relatively simple so you can start going in, exploring and building for the moment. Once you're getting a bit more advanced, you can then start playing around with these. So shall we get into tonight's build where we're going to start talking about prospecting? And I think that, a lot of the questions from yesterday will be covered again in tonight. So Isa, if we do custom fields, are the answers saved somewhere? If yes, can we access them and download them in a spreadsheet? Yeah, you totally can. That's another benefit of a custom field, that we can take all that data and export it. So if you say something to a custom field, that is linked to that person. So I'll show you on the audience actually where it's linked to them. And we can repeat those back to them. We can use those custom fields for lots of different things. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I always use a pro account. But we'll do a lot of the stuff on the free account tonight, and I'll just demonstrate a couple of bits on pros so that it's entirely up to you. You don't need to have a pro account. Right, I'm going to start sharing onto ManyChat now. Pronounced it correctly. Excellent. Right, so you should be able to see ManyChat now, and we're back here on the dashboard, so we'll always start here. And where are we going to go to? Yeah, custom fields. Let's just talk about that very, very quickly for a second. If I look at the audience that's on here, there's only me on here, but if I click on this, I can see all the custom fields here. I only put one custom field in yesterday, but you can see here all the list of custom fields. So what I need help with was the custom field that I made, and the answer I put in was gut health. So if I'm doing any sort of message, then I could put that custom field into that message, actually within the text of it, and say, okay, so you told me that you had an issue with gut health, and whatever the person has answered will appear in that text. So it's pretty cool, really. So let's go. Automation. So remember, we go, most of the things that we're going to do are going to sit within automation. And we're going to go to flows. So we did product flows yesterday. I remember it doesn't come automatically with opportunity flows, product flows, team onboarding, this sort of thing. I have clicked this and created a folder, which you can do as well. Just organize it how it's right for your business. And last night we did products. And tonight we're going to look at opportunity. So this is our pre-qualification flow that we want to go into. So I'd actually put a folder there, which I didn't need to do. But, up behind my head somewhere, there is the blue box, which says new flow. Did everyone manage to find this yesterday? So if you did your homework yesterday and you've started creating your own flows, I want to see some love hearts or thumbs ups. I want to see loads of those. Yeah, we've got 49 people watching right now. How many of you did the homework yesterday? So you know where the new flow is now to start creating it. So we're going to go into new flow and we're going to, yeah, there we go. We're going to create a pre-qualification flow. Yeah, loads of people doing it, good stuff. Fantastic, well done. That's the best way you're going to learn. Here we are, brand new flow. You just can't get people into it. Tonight, you are going to be able to get people into it. So, superb. Bruce done it? She says, yeppers. So, yeah, excellent. Well done. Right. So here we are in the new flow again. And let's just, this should be relatively straightforward. Let's talk content on this one. I've picked out a few of the questions that we that were put on there, and I'm going to give you a little bit of benefit of my experience with some of these pre-qualification flows. Now, Andrea obviously excelled with putting loads of questions in there, so I've used a lot of Andrea's questions, and I'm going to add a few more bits and pieces in there and explain why we're going to do this as well. Yeah, I'm going to talk about how you share it, Edward. Definitely, that's what we're going to cover tonight. So let's do the first question. So who remembers? Question for you: what content type we're going to put here? I'm just going to. You're a slight delay on the comments that I can see. So what is the content type I'm going to use? Other, first one in. Angela, straight in. Yeah, and Daria, you get 10 internet points for the right answer. So, first thing, we want to get an opt-in. You imagine people have come from, they could have come from emails, they could have come from ads, they could have come from your personal page, they could have come from anywhere. And the first thing that we want to do is get them to opt in, tell them what we're going to do. So, thanks for your So if you see what I've typed there, I'll just zoom in slightly. And this is kind of important, really, that we've said, thanks for your interest. I'm going to ask you a few questions to make sure this is right for you. And then you can decide how we talk further. I'm going to put, shall we use quick replies or buttons on this? Let's use quick replies. We don't need them to, if they say no. Yes and no, right? So nice and straightforward. Is it okay? Are you okay that we ask a few questions first? Yeah? If they say no, let's put a little delay in there. And here, if you change your mind, and I'm going to continue to another step. And this is, I'm going to show you just some very simple actions. Now, ManyChat, when you're starting to talk about a pro account, you get charged based on the number of subscribers you have. So underneath 500 subscribers, it's $10. And it's always worth cleaning your list. So people who aren't interested, why would you pay for them as a subscriber? They can always message you back. You're not blocking them, but we're going to go next step, and we're going to create an action step, which we've not done before. And it's this yellow box here. So if I click on this, you'll see there's various different actions. So we can add tags to people. We can log events, remove tags, subscribe, blah, 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 all this sort of stuff. What we're going to do with this person is unsubscribe them. Yeah, if they're not interested, why would we pay for them as a subscriber? So let's just put them down there. So pro tip, always clean your list, otherwise you've got a list of 10,000 people that you're paying for and only 500 are interested. Yeah, right. Now let's say to the people who are interested, we're going to get into these questions now. So the first question on here, go for other, and we're going to go for our little delay just so it feels conversational, because we're not bombarding people with the questions, just bang, there it is. So the first question I'm going to put in here is, are you looking to commit full or part-time? Please tap on one of the buttons below, and then let's put the finger pointing down, just because clear direction. And we're going to say full-time or part-time. Okay. Now, if we were doing custom fields, we could save those answers, but we're not. We're just doing this as it is. It's a free account at the moment. So full-time or part-time. Some of the other questions. So let's go. Have you ever had a home-based business before? And again, yes or no. You could go into more detail with this. So if they say yes, then it's, in fact, we'll do that. We will do just that. So you see, are you looking for commit full or part-time? Doesn't really make any difference to us. I'm not sure with regards to how you change your screen resolution to make this less blurry. I mean, I'm watching it on an iPad here, just so I can see the comments, and it's perfectly clear. I can read everything on this. I've zoomed right in on the text as well, so I can't make it any larger on that. So have you had a home-based business before? If it's yes, anything you like in there. So that's great news. You'll be well aware of the benefits of time freedom. Or if they've said no, let's say. Right, so if they said no, we've not had a home-based business before. Right. Yeah, Keith's jumping in there and helping as ever. Thanks, mate. So let's just put a delay in this one. Right. So we've put a couple of different answers in. So you see how now we're splitting this splitting this out. So depending on what you answer, you're getting a different response. So we're getting that real personal marketing. Okay, so next question. And I'm going to use this as a custom field just to demonstrate this. So I know that some of you have not got pro accounts, but let's put this in. So I'm going to double tap on the screen just because I want to do this. Before, we were saying about how you add different things into this. So you can add a video, image, anything like this in here. You can put an audio, so a voice note in there. Is there any importance to putting the typing box on the bottom or the top? Yes, because you can't, if I try to put a delay in this, it wouldn't allow me to finish with a typing delay. So the box, you can have a typing delay at the top, but you can't have one on the bottom. And again, I know Ruth's saying to make it feel like a real person. It does feel more natural. We want a natural type of conversation, but we're not trying to pretend that we're a human. So we're going to go other. Right. I'm going to go user input. So I want a custom field for this one because we're asking a more open question. So this is our custom field. And it's going to be a text response. I'm going to create a custom field, which is we want to achieve. Just set as text, and there we go. And the question is, want to achieve. And we can connect those up. So Paige, yeah, I've just put in here, hopefully you can see these. We're just putting, what do you want to achieve? So we're asking a question and we're storing the response this time. If you're on a free account, then I would suggest that you put, a lot of the quick replies. Custom fields, Veronique. So if I open this up, it's user input. So user input is storing something to a custom field. What's the dynamic tab? Not quite sure. This, do you mean? You have to let me know what you mean there, but so we've asked the question. Right, here we go. Here's a fun one. You never get a dropout on this point. So the question is, how much do you need to earn to each month to achieve? And let's be kind of funky. Show you how we use the custom fields. How much do you need to earn each month to achieve? And you see the little black box. On here, I'll come back to that question in a sec, but so little black box, we've got emoji, custom fields. If I scroll down now, what do you want to achieve? So how much do you need to achieve to earn each month to achieve the answer that I've just given? So now it's really relevant to me. To get to the next step is just need to tap continue to the next step. And the dynamic down here is, that's very much to do with exporting data, stuff with databases. We use it all the time, but it's not something that I think we should really go into on this one. It's for external requests to linking up with other systems, basically, or pulling data in from other systems. So yeah, we're definitely not going to cover that tonight. Otherwise, we'll be here for a very long time. So adding next step, just tick this box. If I take it away, it would finish there. If I click it, we can add the next step. Okay. So now we've asked these questions. Oh, let's put a delay in it. We're going to send the next message. So let's get some buy-in now. If I could show you a way to how can we say this in here's a really important question. If I could show you a way to achieve all this, plus support you through the process, would you be interested in learning more? So we've not even told people what the opportunity is yet. And we do this, again, all the time because it's straightforward marketing. This is not about you. It's not about your opportunity. It's not about your compensation plan. It's not about your products. It's about the person and why they need to see some change in their life. So that's why these questions are so good. Yeah? What are you looking to do? Yeah? Are we okay to talk through this? What are you looking to do? Have you had this before? What is it you want to achieve? How much do you want to earn? The kind of understanding what they want to change and how much it's going to take to do that. So if I could show you a way to do that, would you be interested? And you're going to have such a high click-through rate on that. So let's put our buttons in. Yes. And an explosion. So yeah, of course. You can, Arlene, you can put whatever you like in there. This is just a demo. So let's say no, and we'll put an emoji in that. Let's put a crying face. Nobody's going to click a crying face, are they? So yes, I'd be, no, I wouldn't be interested. And then here we go. Remember we did this before? That's no problem. I'm here, sorry. This one here. We don't need to retype the question. They said they're not interested. Let's get rid of them. Okay, so we can do that. If they've said yes, they are interested. I quite often like to use a bit of NLP in here, and it goes by the theory that to get people to say yes several more times. So we want them to go yes, 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 which makes it harder then to say no. So they've gone through, they've told us all this information. It could have come from an old, from a cold ad. So they've said yes. And then we go on to these questions, you know, quite fast ones then. So just another quick yes and no questions, and then we're done. On to the next one. And remember what the first one that we heard yesterday said was a really good one. Are you coachable? Yeah, we are absolutely, Brian. We are getting them in a yes sequence. Yes. No. And then we can duplicate this so we don't need to retype the answers. So, are you, what else should we have? What other questions can we ask here? If say no to, you don't want them at all. Are you positive? Let's have our typing delay, and we're going to reduce the typing delay. You see, I've just clicked on this. Let's make it 2 seconds. We want fast and furious. Have we got any more yes or no questions where we want them to say yes? What can we have? Do you work well in a team? Yep. Would you believe some people say no to some of this stuff? Would your family and friends say you're positive? No. You want Christmas with them? Do you work well in a team? Let's have one more. Oh yeah, a couple of good ones there. All right. Let's. I'm just going to put 2 more in. So let's. Let's go. Oh. Are you ready to start today? And then here's a good one. Remember, this is a pre-qualifying flow, right? So if 100% of people qualify, it's not really doing its job, is it? So we do want to put a question in. Who's ever done prospecting? You've got a load of people in and you say, okay, it's $50 to start. And they say, I haven't got any money. So who's ever had that? People who've got no money looking to get started in an opportunity which requires money. So where was the... Okay. Again, this is just an example. So if you've got a free option, don't ask the question if you've got any money because it's not relevant. So for people that say no, we'll create a different message. Sorry, whatever. And again, you might want to go into a bit more detail than that. And we can just connect all of these up to the same message. We don't need to do it over and over again. Continue to another step, and we'll make that our action step, which is unsubscribe. So I can just drag that across. And there we go. So we've unsubscribed people. So let's publish that. Now what do we need to do? So we've got to the end. What do we want to do with them now? So they've said yes, 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 yes. Let's go. The action step, it's just, so you can either double click on the screen itself, or if you wanted to do continue to another step and just drag it, it's actions there. So pretty simple. We'll do something a bit of fun here as well. So let's put a GIF in it. And make it a bit of fun. So a cool thing with this is that, you know, you can make it a really cool, great, fun engagement. If you see some of the stuff that we've done with Fraser, it's just absolutely packed with these. So see what, awesomeness. Let's see what comes up with awesomeness. Yeah, we'll just go high five. You can copy a link for it. I find it a little bit hit and miss. So let's just save the image. And we can put it in here. Image. So you can put a URL to an image, but let's put this in. So there we go. So let's have a look at what this looks like within Messenger. And then we're going to get into how do we invite people into these things? So that was, you see, you know, putting the messages together should hopefully be making more sense now. That's, you know, this is pretty straightforward stuff. So let's preview it. So there we go. Thanks for your interest in my opportunity. Can I ask you a few questions? I'm going to pretend I'm a good prospect. Full or part-time? I'm looking for part-time. I've had a home-based business before. Yep. So you'll see we get the response that we've put in for the, what do I want to achieve? Retire next year. Chance would be a fine thing. We should have put some answers in for that one. If I could show you to achieving all this plus support you through the process, would you be interested in learning more? Yes. Are you coachable? Yes. Positive, yes. So you see all the questions we've put in? Awesome. When's the best time to talk? So we just, anything we want to go back and Again, we'll come on to this about how we set it up to choose which one. So yeah, anything you want to go and edit, we can just click on each box and go and do that. What was it? How much each month? So let's add 500,000, 2,000, whatever you like. So you see that I've not put the answers in there before, and got those in, so we can. Right, so you see there, it wouldn't let me publish it because I've made an error, and that's okay now, so it's all gone through. If people reply by "it depends," so again, this is where custom fields really come into their own, because you can allow them to type their own answers to still progress. Otherwise, the default reply will fire. So you kind of need to send people back. Yeah. Right. Let's talk about how we get people actually into this in the first place. So there's several ways of doing this. I'm not going to show you every single one of them, but we need to add a trigger. And these are what are called the growth tools. So you can find these in a couple of ways. You can look up here and add growth tools up here, but actually ManyChat are transitioning this over towards this. So I suspect that growth tools will disappear. So we're going to edit our flow. And I'm going to add a trigger. So let's talk about what all of these are. I'm going to run through some of these really quick because we're not going to be covering them. These are for websites. Now, if you've got a replicated website for your company, you will not be able to use these. And it just involves a little bit of code and adding it into the header and the actual where you want the action to take place. So again, buttons and stuff like that. So what can we do for this? We can you can create a landing page in here. I'm not going to go into that one too much. You can create a URL. So this is what a lot of people say. I could put somewhere on this URL, or I could use this on my personal page. So you're saying, how do I get people in from my personal page? You just create this URL. So you'll see what we did was add a trigger. We went to this one, add a trigger, scroll down, select ref URL, which we've already kind of done. We've started working on. And we can have multiple ways in. So I've created this and this very specific link. If I just click this now, we're straight into Messenger and our flow starts all over again. Yeah? So that's one way. And I'm only going to show you ones which you'll use all day long. So let's say you want to post in a group, use this. You want to post on your personal page, use this. The thing is with this, if you're going to send it to somebody and there is a preview image, then you want to delete that preview. So if you're going to put it in a Facebook post, put the image for the post in first and put the link, this, in last. Yeah, really important. Let's have a look at how else we can get people into it. Let's add another trigger. QR codes. We can create QR codes, which are just very specific to this flow. So you could hold up your phone, you could, against this QR code, we can remove the background behind it. You can drop an image into it. You can change the background colors to fit in with your brand. You can download the QR code. Sorry, if you cannot use the growth tools, well, you should be able to use some of the growth tools. Yeah, you should definitely be able to use the growth tools. When we look at, if you look at the growth tools, there's only the checkbox, Facebook ads JSON, which are pro, So everything else is usually, you can use these in the free account. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use the website widgets on a replicated website, but the URL you can use anywhere. Anywhere that you can put a link, you can use a link. QR code, you need to just make sure it's enabled and then it's live. So anyone that scanned that will be able to go through it. And then the other one, which you'll use all the time, so this is to do with a business page. So let's say you're doing a live on a business page. Yeah, you can create a landing page. Yeah, go and play around with them. Can we put a URL in a story? If you can put text in it, you can put a URL in it. You can use your QR codes in them. You can use the URLs, you know, on link on Instagram, on anywhere you like. You can use that URL, and it'll bring people back to Messenger. Let's have a look at another one. So we're going to click on this again. We scroll right down here. We can add keywords. So if the message is or contains the whole word or begins with or is thumbs up, what if the message is or contains opportunity? So you could go to this business page and type opportunity in a message, this will pop up. Simple as that. Another one. And this is what got me first into, what on earth is this system? You know, this is what got me into Messenger in the first place. And this is the Facebook comments growth tool. So I've actually put a test post together for this. So we're going to use with a specific post. I'll show you how to build this. So we'll select the post. There's only one post, so I could scroll through my page and look at schedule post or add posts or anything, but I'm going to select this one. Track first level comments only, so that means just the first comment by somebody rather than if then somebody else comments underneath it. So exclude comments with these, so scan. Or you could have it only for certain words. And then we can enable it. And it's saved. So what I want you to do now is test how this works. Can you put a calendar in it? Yeah, we did this. We did actually adding a calendar to a button yesterday. So if you look towards the end of yesterday's training, you'll see it in there. How to add a calendar. It's just basically putting a website link in. There is one that's native in here as well, actually. So what I want you to do is go to, find this, Facebook Messenger Bootcamp. It is this page, right? And I want you to scroll down. It's the very top one. And I want you to comment on this. And let's just see what happens. I want to see if, have you found the page yet? I want you to go and find Messenger Bootcamp. And find this post, and I want you to go and comment on it. people going over there? I don't know. I'll put a link to the page in the group later on, and I want you to just go and comment on there and actually see what happens, how that works. So the page will just respond to you. So pretty cool. Okay, so do we have any questions tonight? We've gone through what I wanted to go through. In fact, there's one more thing I just wanted to show you. It's okay, I'll put a link to it, don't worry. So I want you to go to settings, and we'll go to Messenger and the welcome message. So at the moment, we have a phone call right now. At the moment, this is our welcome message, and we're going to edit this. And I'm going to put in here, first name, how can I help you today? Product or opportunity. And then we're going to start a flow. Product flows, product questions, or opportunity, which is going to be our pre-qualification flow. So now you'll see that anyone that just comes to the page is going to get this. If we go back to settings, Messenger, main menu, we had website in before, we could actually add in something else. We could add in opportunity, or we could add in products to these as well, so we could send people direct to that. Right. I'm going to try and find, I'm going to put a link to the page. I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to put so I've just put a link in the comments there for finding that page. Hopefully you'll be able to go in there, find that post and comment underneath it. It's just for that one post. And then when you find it, you should be able to go through this flow yourself. Okay, do we have any more questions? You don't have to mention stopping or unsubscribing. It's, as you can see, that I've actually got that in the permanent menu to unsubscribe. And actually, we're unsubscribing a lot of people if they say they're not interested. We're just unsubscribing them. It's not Facebook policy that you have to say, if you want to unsubscribe at any time, just type stop. But you certainly can put it in. It's certainly not bad practice to do that. You need to give people a way out. There are some people who set these things up where there's literally no way out of it, and that's where you're going to start getting that's where you're going to start people blocking your page. So if people can unsubscribe easily, then, you know, unsubscribing doesn't affect your page quality or your message rate quality. Whereas people blocking messages because they've got no way of getting out, that's where you're going to really start getting people blocking. Block rate goes up, you get banned from messaging. How long will the group stay open? There's no plans to delete it, so. Do we have more questions on this? So I'll let you know what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about team onboarding. So we're going to start talking. We kind of know how to build flows now. Again, homework tonight. Go and build out your own questioning flow. Go through this. You know, go and comment on the post. Have a go through this. How do we put a business link in it? It's just a button. And just like we did to the diary link, you can just add any link, like any link at all, underneath the button. So when it's button, the destination is the destination for the button is a website. I'll have a look at that growth tool. It's just something that I've done very quickly, so I'll just double check that it's working right anyway. Right. 24 hours notice, does it start with a customer when customer applies? It starts when they click a URL link, when they click a button, which is followed by a text response. So a button to a website doesn't count. A button followed by a message does count. Or if they message the page. Yeah, I'm going to stop commenting on it now. I'm going to just go back and double check that growth tool. Just something that I put together very quickly. So, can I ask if 4 more work on a bot? Yeah, you can stop commenting on it now. I just need to double check it, see how it's working. Yeah, you can stop commenting on it now. Yeah, tomorrow, team onboarding. So we're going to talk about sequences. We will have a look at broadcasts if we want to. Add some more advanced stuff we're going to do on Friday. So I'm going to show you some really, really cool stuff and how you would connect Facebook ads to your messenger. So with regards to team onboarding, again, I want some generic information from you that we can put into a sequence. So tomorrow, let's create a 5-day sequence. So 5 messages, which are action that anyone's team member could take. So it's just all about being consistent, taking action. So what could somebody do on day 1 to actually start going out there and showing people their business? Generic ones for that. So that's what we're going to get on to tomorrow. Sequences. So sequences are a collection of flows that are delivered over a specific amount of time. So yeah, team onboarding. Again, this is here to help you save time. If you can bring people onto your team and they say, well, I don't know how to get started, don't you worry about it. We've got a step-by-step hand-holding you through the first week, 10 days, whatever. Just do this. Do this today. Do this tomorrow. Do this the day after. It's right there for them. And you know that if people take consistent action, even if it's not perfect action, they're going to start seeing results as long as they're taking the action consistently. So team onboarding is a really cool thing to do with the bot. Right, so I'm going to call it a day there. Tomorrow we'll have another Q&A on stuff we've done today. I'm going to try and fix this growth tool and I'll let you know on there what's going on with it. And then we're good to go. Team onboarding tomorrow, ads the day after. So thank you very much. Good to see you all. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you tomorrow, guys.